I'm warming to Bronnie tonight, mate. I'm warming to Bronnie.
So Michael,
she's hitting that nail on the head.
Yeah, but again, Michael...
Well, mate, look, where do you start? Mate,
yeah, you go.
First of all, Bronwyn, it's not the people's money. You've got to understand that. This superannuation money belongs to Jim Chalmers. Right? And he thought that people who've saved their own, retirement and put their own hard-earned saving into superannuation, and therefore they can't take it out for emergencies or housing, forget that Jim Chalmers owns this money. Second point is this: at least Bill Shorten was honest before the 19 election.
Correct.
This bloke is sneaky and tricky and devious and untrustworthy. This fellow Albanese. So, you know, Shorten tried this before the election. The people said, we like aspiration. So telling us that it was only 1 in 50 people had 2 houses and the negative gearing, blah, 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 and it was only affect 1% or 4% or whatever the figures were, and, you know, all the little changes that want to made to capital gains tax. People want to take advantage of those things down the track because they want to get ahead. They want to invest. They want to make capital gains. They don't want to risk all their capital and have limited returns as you would if you have guaranteed a wage under the wage system. If you're risking your capital, of course, you need a higher return. All these things that Shorten tried to debate before 19. And the electorate said, no, nick off, mate, nick off. We are an aspirational nation. This bloke now wants to attack superannuation. And what else is next? We've seen so many things. We've seen enterprise bargaining or pattern bargaining, which was never mentioned before the election. There's 3 or 4 other things they haven't mentioned before the election, including the voice being a voice to the Executive Council, which I'll come back to in a minute. The next thing they're going to go to, and you can't believe a word, you know, poor old Jimmy Chalmers said, you've got to go to cutting the capital gains tax because that was on Shorten's agenda. Labor would love to do that. We know it's in their DNA. They're going to attack franking credits, and you know we know Labor would be busting. They'd be absolutely busting to tax capital gains on a sale of the family home. You know, if you polled the Labor caucus, you'd have 80% of them saying privately in a secret ballot, you've got to tax capital gains on the family home. This is just the beginning of Labor's attack. You can always make a case, Paul, that the rich have got to pay a bit more. You know, if you increase the top rate of tax 1%, it wouldn't really affect that many people. This is always Labor's slippery slope, and just watch them go, mate. This is the first of many. This is the first of many.